Bill O'Reilly's popularity has taken a hit in the wake of some of the recent allegations and tapes showing that he wasn't exactly honest in his reporting when it comes to places like that he said he covered, like the Falkland Islands, as well as an apparent suicide that he said he witnessed or heard that he wasn't actually there at. So there are different tapes showing that Bill O'Reilly wasn't exactly doing what he said he did. So he's pretty much been Brian Williams. Now, there was a recent poll that shows the hits to his favorability, and I'm going to go to those now. Now, apparently, according to this poll that was recently taken this week by Huffington Post YouGov, that says that 35% of Americans still find Bill O'Reilly to be trustworthy. 21% of them find him very untrustworthy, and 16% find him somewhat trustworthy. Now, 37% of participants now have an unfavorable view of the host. Now, like I said, if you've been following this at all, you know this started with Brian Williams. Mother Jones released a report detailing that, hey, O'Reilly wasn't actually in the Falklands. He also lied about what he was doing, where he was at. He was not in the middle of a war zone. He wasn't in the middle of all the stuff that he says he was in the middle of. And so they had tape. They also had tape to prove it. And of course, Bill O'Reilly is like, no, you guys are gutter snipes. You guys are trying to do a professional hit piece on me. And here was Fox News defending him. And it's obvious that a large segment of the public are starting to say, hey, wait a minute. It's not just Mother Jones, just that far left magazine, Mother Jones, that's saying this. Now we've got all sorts of video. We've got proof. Maybe we shouldn't trust O'Reilly. And the poll revealed that half of Americans have now actually heard of these allegations, these things that say that Bill O'Reilly was lying his ass off online, misleading his viewers. Now, before this happened, O'Reilly was actually named one of the most trustworthy news anchors. Back in 2011, another poll showed that Americans who were most likely to vote in 2012 said O'Reilly was one of the most trustworthy names in news. Laugh along with me, because look, it's been us, it's been, the Young Turks, it's been a lot of people pointing out throughout the years that Bill O'Reilly, you can't trust what he says. He makes up bullshit. So does the rest of Fox News, but most of America and the mainstream media are like, no, you can trust O'Reilly. He's one of the trusted names in news, and Fox News is one of the most trusted stations. And a lot of the media, a lot of the corporate media, won't go along with it. Or at least they did until this whole Brian Williams, Bill O'Reilly thing came up. Now, speaking of Brian Williams is actually still doing worse. Even though his lie wasn't quite as bad, and there weren't quite as many instances of Brian Williams lying about his experience in the field. Now, remember, Brian Williams said, yeah, we were shot at, but it wasn't actually us. He came out later to say it wasn't actually us. We're in the helicopter behind, about a half hour behind, but still, nonetheless, I was there at least. For Bill O'Reilly wasn't even in the Falklands. He was in Buenos Aires. He was about 1,400 miles away from the so-called war zone. Because nobody was allowed in the Falkland Islands. Nobody. So, I think his lies are even more egregious than Brian Williams. However, only 34% of Americans still viewed Brian Williams as trustworthy. Basically showing that Bill O'Reilly is still slightly more trustworthy than Brian Williams, despite the fact that Bill O'Reilly's lies are more numerous and they're worse. What does it take to show that Bill O'Reilly is an absolute fucking liar? What will it take? How many more tapes does Mother Jones or the rest of the media have to dig up about O'Reilly lying about something in order to get people to realize that Bill O'Reilly is not being honest with you?